tonight. I mean, third time going over 200 this year, and just kind of another day at the office for you. But how did it feel out there tonight?
It felt good. I told Coach Marsh before the game, it felt something special in there. On top of that, I just wanted to send those seniors out the right way with a win.
When you have a big game like that, I mean, is there just a moment where you're just like, you would be fine if for 12 straight plays they called your name?
Yeah, I mean, eventually you get in the groove, and when you feel in that groove, you just feel like every touch can go the distance, and I kind of felt that tonight.
Was that part of the game plan? Just to go to you so heavily, or did that just kind of evolve during the game?
I mean, the game plan for the last couple of weeks in the whole season is to dominate the running game. So just with the carries I got, I feel like I need to make the most out of them, and that's what we did. And I feel like we dominated the running game as well.
How has that kind of changed the offense? In the last 3 weeks, you guys have been scoring more than 42 points. You've been running the ball really well, and obviously it's probably not a coincidence. But how do you feel like it has changed these last couple of weeks?
I just feel like we wanted to be more physical than the other team and establish the running game. And then it just makes the passing game a little bit easier for Brett and those receivers getting one-on-one coverage out there. Because, those safeties are coming down for the run game. So it just helps the whole offense if you can establish the run.
You said he felt something special in the air tonight. I mean, you don't always show emotion after your runs, and it just seemed like there was a number of them where you did. And I think there was a series where in the fourth where Alexander got some touches, and then you got back in the game and you kind of busted one up towards the sideline, and I don't know, we saw that emotion again. I don't know, was there any particular reason behind that tonight maybe?
I feel like when I make statement runs like that, it really helps out our team. And some of those runs do get emotional just when you physically dominate another man, it gets pretty emotional. So I get pretty excited about that.
I know you're only a junior, Jeremy, but I mean, have you given any thought to this maybe being your last game on the league?
I don't know. We just continue to go 1-0 and finish out this season the right way.
What's that been like? I mean, kind of getting a little bit of attention for what you've been doing. Obviously, dope blocker thing this week, and obviously, you're the tops of the nation in scoring and all that stuff. What does that mean? You're kind of getting a lot of this attention, and I mean, is that something you ever pay attention to or appreciate?
It's cool right now, but at the end of the day, I'm still in season. I still care a lot about my teammates and the coaches. It'd be cool to look at it after the season, but we're just going to continue to go 1-0.
I feel like, there 2 years ago, Jay Ajayi was sitting in front of us and we were asking him similar questions about maybe going on to the next level and all that stuff. What did you learn from him, I guess, about maybe kind of handling the circumstances, the success, all that stuff?
Just take it week by week and don't let the outside noise get to you. Most of the people, I feel like, don't really have a clue what they're talking about sometimes. So just keep it in-house, take care of your teammates and the coaches.
There has been a lot of speculation and stuff about your future. I mean, have you thought at all about it?
I haven't. I just focus on these guys in here because they mean a lot to me. We train all year round and we give everything for each other. So eventually it'll come probably, but as of right now.
What would it mean to you at least to get one more this year? Obviously, you guys win the championship.
Yeah, that's the goal every year, to win a championship. And just to do it on the road would be huge. I remember 2 years ago, it was a special moment for us, and I feel like a lot of those guys still have that picture in their mind and that dream in their mind, and that's why I feel like later in the season we've been growing a lot.
Will you be watching UNLV in Wyoming then?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we'll.
Oh, man. San Diego State.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure we'll get to some of those games tomorrow.
Your lineman has some really interesting things to say about your relationship with them. Can you talk a little bit about that off the field and the kind of camaraderie that you guys have?
Yeah, you have to love your offensive line. They do all the dirty work, and they don't get any recognition for it. I don't know how that works, but I'll give it to them. I love those guys, and I feel like you should be interviewing all 5 of those guys instead of me.
I would say, is it you mentioned after the Hawaii game, you kind of sit with those guys and you watch the film with them and all that stuff. Was that something that guys before you did, or is that something that you're doing that's a little different?
I'm not sure the guys before me, but I just wanted to take a new perspective because last year I didn't really watch as much film and wasn't around those guys as much as I should have been. So just that maturity level, just to come in here and talk to those guys and see what type of blocks they're going to do. Even little walkthroughs at practice when they're just in the corner by themselves. I'll go over there and just see what they're talking about. I just want to see how those runs will develop. So having a good relationship with the O-line is huge.
I don't know if we'll get you out next week, but Air Force, you guys have lost to them 2 years in a row, and if I believe right, they burned your red shirt the game after the Air Force game 2 years ago when you guys lost, right? I think. What just your thoughts, I guess, and that game could mean a lot for you guys, and they've obviously been a thorn in your side the last couple of years.
Yeah, we're gonna prepare like everybody else. At the end of the day, it's about us, and we just need to go 1-0 and prepare how we've been preparing all year.
When you get around the linemen, even after a big run or whatever, I mean, we know the way a lineman can get sometimes. What's kind of the interaction between you guys after you rattle off 4 or 5 successful runs in a row?
Yeah, I mean, those guys are happy when they actually mean something and you show them they mean something. Those guys are happy, like they feel like they scored the touchdown. They're running downfield trying to catch me, getting me up and things like that. So it's all love.
You feel like you guys are coming together, kind of a good time of year. The last 2 games in particular, I mean, last 3 arguably, definitely the last 2. I mean, defense, offense, and special teams. Special teams really tonight, it all kind of showed up.
Yeah, I mean, like they say, everybody remembers November. So I feel like it was a huge challenge for us going into November and just finishing the right way.
All right, thanks, guys. Thanks, Jeremy.
Thanks.
Thanks, Jeremy.